5 and My5.
In the weeks that followed their explosive interview with Piers Morgan, Captain Tom's daughter and son-in-law have had to face a wave of critical press.
I feel very sorry for Hannah. I think she was a bit out of her depth. I feel she's taken punishment enough.
But they and the public were at least given closure on one thing. On the 7th of November, Hannah and Colin Ingram Moore lost their appeal against the demolition order of their home spa. Central Bedfordshire Council ruled the building had resulted in harm to the Grade 2 listed family home, and that there was no evidence of how, in practice, the building would be used by the local elderly community. They gave Hannah and Colin 3 months to comply with the demolition order.
If I'd built a spa, if I'd spent my own hard-earned cash on that, then, you know, would I want to get rid of it? No. Is it the first time that people have slightly tweaked their planning applications to try and get things through?
If you tell the local authority you're going to build a building in a certain style and it's going to have certain features, and when it actually goes up, it does not resemble the plans at all, and somehow a spa, a pool has suddenly arrived, yeah, they've done everything bloody wrong, and they deserve whatever comes after them.
As for the Captain Tom Foundation, it seems likely to close. A detail revealed by the Ingram Moore's lawyer at the appeal hearing.
It's impossible to deny that the reputation of the charity has been catastrophically affected by all of this. The trustees are considering closing the charity, and so clearly everything that has happened has had a very serious detrimental impact on the charity itself. But they have done quite a wide variety of things. Donations were made to the Royal British Legion, donations to Mind, they made donations to hospices.
Despite the charitable work of the foundation, it has already stopped taking donations. And there is the ongoing inquiry into its management and dealings.
Currently, the Captain Tom Foundation is being investigated by the Charity Commission, who are looking into conflict of interest with the relationship between the Captain Tom Foundation and Club Nook, which was the business that was set up by the Ingram Moore family.
It is very complicated. The finances, from what I've looked at, sound very tangled. That takes time to unpick.
What the Commission are looking into is the Captain Tom Foundation, which was set up after his walk. And we're not looking into anything relating to the money that was raised and distributed to NHS charities.
There is currently no indication the Charity Commission will need to act, but there are certain measures they can take if necessary.
If we need to, we can freeze bank accounts, protect assets, and ensure that the charity's assets are protected. We can take action against individuals, including disqualifying them from being a trustee for a number of years. Just because a statutory inquiry has been opened, it doesn't mean that is evidence of wrongdoing.
The longer things continue, the longer Hannah and Colin will be under the spotlight.
This story has now developed more into a little bit of a kind of British soap opera. There's a lot of anger towards this family, some of which may be justified, but some of which may be over the top.
For the family now, I don't really know how they can move on from this. They've done the interview, that hasn't really worked. The inquiry's ongoing. I feel like even if it found there to be no foul play, I just think this is something that they will forever have to contend with, and that makes me really, really sad.
Neighbours in the local community are torn.
I'm not going to let whatever is being said about him through his family or whatever, I'm not going to take that on board. Not interested.
We like to have our little local heroes, national heroes, but I think after a certain period of time, people like to knock them down again. And I don't think that happened to Captain Sir Tom, but it certainly, I think, happened to his family.
Captain Sir Tom Moore was a war hero, a light in Britain's darkest days, and a man who won the nation's hearts.
It's unbelievable that people are so kind throughout the world as to contribute.
But have events since his death threatened the memory of his good work?
Nothing will tarnish the legacy of the man himself, Sir Tom. He will be remembered as a man who stepped up when he was required. He did his service for the country. He raised an unbelievable sum of money. He was absolutely a blemish-free, blameless hero who enhanced our lives at a time when we needed it most.
Unfortunately, I think where we're currently at right now, the things that have played out afterwards will always be part of that full narrative. Before all this, he was a national hero. It can't be overstated how much good he's done, but now it's left a bitter taste in people's mouths.
Revealing never-before-heard accounts from doctors who were there, the JFK assassination, what happened in the trauma room is brand new next Sunday at 9. And Michael Portillo reveals a hidden side to Malaga as new series Portillo's Andalusia continues Tuesday at 9.